Audio Jungle.
Good day, subscribers, and welcome to the Off the Cuff YouTube channel. A player's greatness is usually judged by the number of trophies he's won during his career. Our guest this evening is a serial winner. With 15 career trophies, the most decorated player in the PSL of all time. Please join me in welcoming Daine.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you for inviting me. It's nice to have this chat with you guys.
Lekker. So we're gonna get Suma started straight into it, ne? Dave?
Go for it.
So check here, Daine Klate. Yesterday. The people that don't know who's Daine Klate. Daine Klate is probably, in my opinion, one of the best South African colored soccer players. Because, recently on Twitter and stuff, people was giving us, the colored people, a bad name. And I don't know. But they don't want to celebrate our colored people that does well, man. And as per the series, here's another bra that came from Galvindale. As I say, every episode where I interview these guys, they come from a 50 kilometer square meter place. And lots of people come from there, and Daine Klate is one of them, ladies and gentlemen. Daine, welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you for inviting me on.
I just want to know, I know you love cricket, ne? Why did you choose soccer instead of cricket?
I think my passion for soccer was a little bit more than cricket. But I saw Garth actually, Garth Anderson. I played with him club football for Glenville Celtic. I stole one of his goals in one match. I can still remember it vividly. He was very angry with me. He went around the keeper, and then he's under 10. We were playing under 10. Went around the keeper and he rolled the ball in, and I came running and I poked the ball into the net, into the empty net. So I stole one of his goals. But yeah, I saw him. They went to Grey and they went to play cricket there. And once they went to Grey and they started playing, because they went there for cricket, obviously. But then they stopped playing soccer. And then I thought, oh no, those ones, when you go there to that schools to go play cricket, then you don't play soccer anymore. And I didn't want to do that, and I ended up going to Galvin High because I was supposed to go to Grey High School for cricket reasons. But then I decided, nah, I'm going to stick there in Galvindale, go to Galvindale High School until something with the soccer comes up.
And that was a good decision. So when you were playing under 10, you were probably 6 that time, isn't it? Because I know Gordon is my guy. Gordon Kemp. Yes, he's a legend. Gorgeous Go. Tell me about Gorgeous Go.
That one is, he made me, he took me from, actually, let me tell you what happened. I played for the school first, Van Donken. I played for the school, and then God said to me, hey, you must go play for Glenville. So I started playing there by Glenville, training and whatever. Played one match, and then I decided, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. When I want to play there in the street, then, I want to go play anymore. Hey, when I got to school, and you heard I wasn't there on Saturday playing, I was in big trouble there at school, So yeah, he's my mentor. I think he obviously cricket and soccer. He was my coach and teacher in all of primary school. So I've got a lot of respect for him, and I think where I am today is he played a huge role, by making me not rather go play for Glenville and playing in the street. He basically disciplined me in that regard to say to me, you're gonna waste your talent, go play. Don't hang around here in the street weekends.
Hopefully, we're going to make a documentary on Mr. Simon and Gorgeous Go and Mr. Kemp. Gordon Kemp and Mr. Simon. I want to make a documentary because I want to know, Daine. I've seen your lighty play. Oh, for the people that don't know, I saw Daine Klate score 100 of 60 balls. I played some cricket matches with him, and he could have played provincial, actually for South Africa cricket as well. But he likes soccer. I don't know why. So I see. I've seen your lighty play soccer as well, right? And your lighty, it seems to me that no pressure. But it seems to me that your lighty is better than you when you were his age.
I think yeah, definitely. I think talented. Um, but it's hard. It's hard because I've been there and I've done that, and he's still to do it. So it comes with a bit of pressure, I think, but I don't want to put any pressure on him at all. We just tell him, yeah, no, you are better than us. You are better. When you were my age, when I was your age, it was better.
Now, coming back to Galvindale, there was guys like Gorgeous Go, like Mr. Kemp, like Gordon Kemp, that, as you said, um, showed you a certain direction. And then you took that direction and then you got selected for the School of Excellence. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I used to train. I used to train 5 times a week with our Rio van Heerden. Coach Bobby Williams, obviously, Coach Go. Once we left primary school, I was at 12, 13 years old. We obviously kept playing for Glenville, but then there was Bobby Williams, Coach Bobby
Yeah.
Williams. So he has sessions on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So obviously on a Thursday and a Tuesday we used to train with our clubs, but then the other days we would train with Coach Bobby. And then when you come on the weekend and you play matches there, then you have trained 5 times in a week. You play against guys that trains once or twice. Now you look dangerous there on the field. Meanwhile I just trained 5 times and they trained once or twice. So it made me now real superior, and it was technical work there. So I think Coach Bobby played a huge part as well in me now real. But I think that guidance from that early age, it's where Mr. Kemp got us to actually carry on and play, and encourage us at a young age, because you could have gone, Rio could have gone to play rugby. He stopped us all. He wanted us to play soccer and he wanted us to play cricket in the summertime. So I think that early how can I put it? I think the way he intervened in that early stage was crucial.
So all the people I interviewed from Galvindale so far, Ashwell Prince, yeah, Alviro Peterson, Russell Domingo, all of them has one thing in common. There was guys that guided you when you were younger. Guys that said to you, this is what you need to do and how to navigate that, right? That's the feeling I get from Galvindale. And then the next question, people that don't know that's watching you speaking about Rio. Rio is El Rio van Heerden, right? El Rio van Heerden. You basically stayed in the same street. For those of you that don't know, El Rio van Heerden is also a Bafana player. Like he's playing in Belgium now. Where's he playing now, Daine?
He also retired, but he played for most of his career. He played in Europe. He went to Denmark and then Belgium, and then he ended off one season here in the PSL, and then he's just here now. He's coaching he's a coach at NMU, the university.
Wow. Okay. Like so, you and El Rio grew up basically in the same street, like basically 100 meters away from each other, right?
That's correct. Yes. We used to walk to school every day together.
And another guy called Jermaine Christian. Where's he?
Jermaine is currently in Joburg. He's married now also, and it's another one. We all come from the same club, same area. It's in between me, Rio, and Jermaine. I think there's about 100 meters radius.
So now that's what it's so impressive. I can't think about a place in South Africa or in the entire world that produce so much great sports people. You, Garnet, Ashwell, Viro, the list just goes on and on and on. I want to get to a point. Ronwin Williams, he's also from
Williams.
Yeah. I want to know, what is there something in the salt there in Galvindale? What is there something? Because the other thing that I love about you guys is that people that don't know you personally, you're probably the most humble, most hardworking, most family-orientated guys I've ever met. Like, you achieved all these things, but none of it actually went to your head. What do you put that to? What is that? I want to know, what is that?
I think we all grew up. We all grew up in the area. I could eat by my neighbor's house. My neighbors could come eat by our house. So we all basically grew up in an area where everybody was almost family to you. You know, the most important thing I think was also, hey, we used to play that thing challenge. You know, when the guys of the street play against the other street, or I one's van our boer speelt in the one's van honor, you know, and that's how it used to be. You know, that was the level of competition. You know, with Ashwell in the schoolyard, with Alviro in the schoolyard, Robin Peterson in the schoolyard. You know, we all used to play, and I'm talking about people that went on and became top, but it all started there. You know, that little challenges we had against each other, area from area, same area, but different streets and different corners would play against each other. And I think a lot of values, a lot of competitiveness was picked up there. And you know, the values the colored people, you know, it gets instilled into us. You know, everybody respects everybody. You know, like I said, it's a family-orientated environment. You know, sadly today that has changed, obviously. You know, with the gangsterism and the drugs and all those type of things. So you don't even see the people anymore. I mean, when I go there and I stand there, we would talk about how we used to play in the schoolyard. You know, 20 versus 20. Everybody that comes just go to that team. You go to that team. You see all 40 people, the children that live there around in the street is on that soccer field at once. You know, and that is the type of things you don't see anymore in the street cricket there. You know, tip and run. You know, you don't see those type of things happening often anymore.
I want to ask you why. Because there's still, when you were growing up, when I was growing up, there was gangsterism, there was drugs. Plus, we also grew up in a sort of politically unstable era, because you guys just came when apartheid ended. You guys were basically like teens, like
Starting school, yeah. Started school.
Yeah, so you started it. So you did feel a bit of the, unlike me, I was like part of the boycotts and yeah, we're gonna go toy now. But so that was the added pressure. There was gangsterism, there was political awareness that we needed to be political aware, and there was drugs also. It wasn't tuck and rocks and stuff, but there was like mandrakes and tacha at the time. That doesn't excuse what you guys achieved. So you were speaking about playing under the light in your street, a soccer tournament, right? Why do you think that's not happening anymore?
I think we went. You know when we grew up. You know when we all grew up. When I got like 10, 12 years old, whatever. You know, most of the people, your mother, our parents used to say to us, you know, in our time we didn't do this. In our time we didn't do this. That thing that you are doing, we didn't do it when I was your age. You know, and it's exactly the same case as generations go on. Mind you, the gap between generations is probably 5 years now. A 10-year-old and a 15-year-old is probably worth a generation in the times we're living at the moment. But I think it's not happening. Number one, the area I'm from, it's quite dangerous. So you must understand, and the drug abuse, it's out of control. You know, so the environment is not as safe and as fun and as well as it used to be. You know, then the whole environment and atmosphere has changed, and also poverty has also played its part. You know, so if you go wherever, you know, and go look at facilities, you know, we don't have the same facilities anymore. You know, they vandalized the schoolyard, for example. You can't even run in the school anymore because it's vandalized. You know, so our own people, actually, our own generation that used to do those things are busy destroying it at the same time.
It's very heartbreaking. You were speaking about environment. The environment that you guys grew up in. Jalroy van Heerden, Jermaine Christian, you, Lawrence Siegels, another guy, Garnet. I forgot about Robin Peterson, also from there. Wayne Panel, also from there. So Kermit, Erasmus, also from there. Like there's so many, like people don't know this. I'm hopefully gonna do a documentary on this, and then we're gonna do another interview, and you must take me to all these places. This environment that you're speaking about, it's very unfortunate that we can't, me myself, I'm guilty of that. I moved out of the Kasi and moved to the suburbs. So that environment that you speak about is basically gone. It's basically not there anymore. What can we do now to try and bring that environment back? Because we had Mr. Simon, you had Gordon, you had certain people in the area that Lloyd Prince, for instance, Ashwell Prince's, Garnett's father was the principal. You had people in the area that invested in that area. What do you think is stopping us now from, I know you're doing a coaching course, and I'm sure you will be able to give back to your area in that way. But we as a normal person, what advice would you have give to the people out there watching this as to how to get that environment back?
I think it comes with a little bit of awareness first and foremost. You know, for me, I've actually started with me and the guys there where I'm from now with the lockdown, obviously, and people not being able to go to work. We actually started the Daine Klate Foundation just like that. We're on the group and we're like, guys, what difference can we make? Each one give 100 rand. When you looked again, we were sitting on 3,000. We went to go buy some groceries, and we put it back and started giving out parcels. You know, it's now three. We've done it now 3 times already, and we obviously do it through donations. But first and foremost, the whole initiative about the Daine Klate Foundation is going to be to tackle that. You know, so obviously go in there and try and create environments, little pop-up tournaments, for example. There's a place in Gavendale called the Bangayard. So I mean, the Bangayard is one of the places where I played all my cricket, soccer. There was a tennis court there. We played everything there in the park. You know, so I think we once we start creating that little bit of, you know, a little pop-up tournament in December, for example, you know, play cricket tournament. I played a cricket tournament in Helenvale in December, and there was no shooting there. You know, playing schoolyard, hitting sixes on the people's roofs and hitting holes in the roofs, and then you have to go fix it for the people. You know, so I think those type of areas, and I can tell you now, when I play that tournament in Helenvale, in Westview, I mean in Bayview in the schoolyard, I tell you, the people came there with cooler boxes, everybody chill there. You play with a bowling machine ball on a piece of block. It was full there, no shooting for 3 weeks. That tournament was on. I swear to you, we finished that tournament. The very next day, someone got shot there outside of the school. You know, so it just shows you that when people are, when you have the attention about with a little tournament like that, and there's something for them to do, then you know, it makes a difference. You know, so I think that is one of the things that we need to instill. You know, we were fortunate enough to have been able to do it on our own. You know, I'm pretty sure if Mr. Simon and Mr. Kim, and there's other guy there in Galvin, or it's called Elk. You know, that top used to bring wickets for us, and he just creates the environment in the street all of a sudden. You know, so if we can do a little pop-up cricket matches here and there, you know, and or tell the guys of the streets, okay, your street is going to play against them tomorrow, and just create that little bit of vibe again, you know, and I think that would be a step in the right direction.
Yes, that's a great answer. That's a very great answer. I think most of the colored areas lack that now in South Africa. Something to look forward to when you come from school. Because you come from school, you guys don't even, there was no time for you to get into trouble, because there was so much other things like that competition that you're speaking about. But now let's speak about the lacquer things, man. You're the most decorated soccer football player in South Africa. Why didn't you win a title with Chippa United? You won titles with everybody, but not with Chippa.
You know, sometimes, you know, I was a good player and I contributed to a lot of teams' success, but I don't think I was a magician. Because I think yeah, no magic. I think magic will be the thing that's gonna help Chippa win a trophy. You know, because I think things I experienced over there I've never experienced with the other clubs. But yeah, but I enjoyed my stay there. I think I learned a lot, especially going into coaching now. I learned a lot about team dynamics and what to expect when I become a coach. So yeah, no, definitely. I don't know if they'll ever win a trophy. I hope so. You know, I hope they can improve, and I hope they can, you know, compete for trophies.
I want to know, I'm one of the, I think not few, lots of people that's really upset that you only played for Bafana 13 times. And how does that make you feel? Because it's like, it's so irritating. It's like, it was very irritating to me then, and it becomes more irritating to me now when I think about it, because I know you personally now. Back then, I didn't know you personally, and I was still rooting for you. But now, how does that make you feel?
I think it's you know what, obviously disappointing, especially 2010 being the player of the season. and not being able to be in the Bafana squad for the World Cup. I had my best season just before the World Cup, and you work towards that, and it's your dream to play in the World Cup. The World Cup is here, and I did everything in my power. I controlled everything that I could possibly control in terms of getting into the team. But ultimately, um, it wasn't my decision. It was someone else's decision. So when it's in someone else's hand, like the coach, to call me up, then there's nothing you can do. I was player of the season. What more? What more must I do to be in the team? So I find comfort in the fact that I have no regrets. So I worked hard. It was out of my control, and things that I can't control. There's nothing I can do about it. As long as I know that I gave my all, I gave my best, and I have absolutely no regrets. It's always nice when people say you deserve to be there, which means I did something right. But yeah, I'm not too hungover on it. Like I'm saying, I've accepted it, and I accepted it a long time ago. But it's just one of those things. Control what you can control. The rest is out of your control. It's probably not meant to be.
What is your goals with coaching? Because people that don't know, I know you play really good cricket, and I know you obviously that you've proven yourself on a soccer field. But what people don't know is what type of motivator you are. Like you, one of the few guys that can make guys play for them. Like if I play cricket with you, I'm like, yeah, I can't make cut because Daine is on the other side. I batted with you once, and this guy, yeah, I can't make cut. So that thing, and then obviously your experiences with Chipa and the experiences in the dressing room, like with players like Kevin, with coaches like Kevin Hunt. Tell me, what other coaches in your career had an influence on you, and why did you want to become a UEFA license 4? I think it's 4 license 4 coach.
I've got B now, so you must go to pro. It does take 4. There's 4 stages here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think lots of coaches. Or I think when I started first was Pitso Mosimane was the first coach I worked with in the PSL. I think he was strict and very on discipline. And at the same time, I was witnessing when I was at the School of Excellence. I was witnessing our coach Pitso goes to the coaching courses, because we were used in those coaching courses as guinea pigs, I would say. Not really guinea pigs, but I mean, we would demonstrate. So the instructor would come from France, and all the coaches will be there at the course, and we will be the players. They will say run from here to there and pass the ball like this. The coaching drills and the small-sided games that needed to be played. So we were used as the players to coach the coaches basically. And I saw Coach Pitso there, and I ended up maybe 2 years later actually, when I matriculated. I joined SuperSport, and he my debut to me. I think he was fantastic, because not only has he gone on and become one of the best coaches in the country, I also witnessed when he started with his coaching, and I saw what he used to do. He worked really hard, read a lot of books, and tried to inform himself as much as he can. And it's no surprise why he's also one of the best coaches today. Then I was fortunate enough to work with Coach Ruud Krol, the Dutchman. I think he also, when I got to Pirates actually in 2010, I found a team with a solid foundation already, that came close to winning the league. Obviously, we beat them at SuperSport to the league title, but in 2010, obviously, we managed to win the league. And just noticing how we would basically, a Dutch guy comes, he's very, very straightforward. He's big on discipline. In a team environment, he used to be very, very harsh towards everyone. But once he goes around the field with you, he'll take a walk around the field with you and start chatting to you and asking how you're feeling, what you think you can improve. And so I think I learned a lot from him as well. And the training was always set. You know what you're going to do Monday, you know what you're going to do Tuesday, you know what you're going to do Wednesday. So the whole season, you knew exactly which day is going to be what type of training. So I think in terms of organization and building a team, setting a foundation, getting the players that you want to get, and then winning a treble at that. I think I learned a lot from Coach Ruud Krol as well. So I think the first 3 coaches I worked with, I really learned everything I know, basically, because by the 4th and 5th coach, I've already had 5 league titles in a row. So I think between the 3 coaches at the beginning, I think those are the coaches I learned the most from. And there's also Coach Clinton Larson. he obviously asked me to coach the Diski team. So he obviously saw that I'm passionate about coaching as well, and I learned a lot from him as well while I was playing as well. I was always next to him, always checking the sessions out and what to do and getting information from him. So he also really played a part in me actually joining Chippa as a coach. Because he picked up the phone and said to me he would like for me to coach the Chippa's Diski team, and then when he left, obviously everything kind of crumbled. But yeah, he's one of the coaches that definitely I'm still in contact with, and I've learned a lot from him.
But for the viewers that don't know, Clinton Larson also played for Pirates. And he was also he was a very good player there at Pirates. People don't actually speak about him at Pirates in that way. Tell me about this. You still play cricket for Ellenvale. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I played cricket for Ellenvale. It's the second season I played now. We were close to promotion, to gaining promotion, because we're in the promotion league and not in the first league. I actually enjoy it in the promotion league because hey, that first league is a bit serious, nah? Yeah, there you can't talk. You can't talk on the field. Everybody must keep quiet the whole match.
That's not lekker. I know that. So you mean to say I can't have a guy on the field?
I not that. No, you see, that's our cricket. I had to get used to that. To that kind of cricket, because there in Joburg it's a social cricket every weekend. You can do whatever you want there in the field. You can go off when you want to. You can walk back on if you want to. Was how we played there. So I don't think it's. It took me some time to get serious. Because obviously you can't just go whenever you want off the field like we used to do there by the social cricket. You can decide now where you're gonna bat and when you're gonna bowl and everything.
But that's the best part of that cricket, man. Yesterday, I love that. How's your brother doing?
My brother is good. He's doing well. He got married in December, and now they're expecting a baby.
Oh wow! Because the reason why I ask is, did you get offers from overseas?
No offers. I didn't get any offers, but I went to Feyenoord when I was 18 years old. And then I went to Strasbourg when I was 23, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 22. And then I went to the States, to Toronto FC, also for assessments. But those were 3 assessments, the difference between an assessment and when you have an offer is 2 different things. So they'll organize you and you'll go for an assessment and they'll have a look at you and to just have a look at you. Maybe it's a social responsibility thing or something like that. But I think it really gets better when it's an actual offer from a club that wants to assess you. So I managed to go, and I could have probably played there, if I was given the opportunity.
Lekker. So I know for the people that don't know, you are a family orientated guy. Tell me, what role did family play in your successes up until now? And in future, what do you not plan, but what do you want your Klate, for instance, to achieve and you to achieve?
Yeah,
as a coach.
Family. Yeah, family is obviously important. I grew up. I'm my granny's boy basically. So when you grow up with your granny, you tend to be a bit different. You're more old school. You have a bit of old school approach. But I think family is extremely important because the days when you're working hard, because all the success is hard work and sacrifice, and they there for the things that people don't see. They see you on the field, they're scoring goals and doing well for the team. They don't see when you're sick at home and when you can't go to training, or when you have an injury, and that support structure must be there for you. So I was fortunate enough to have a good wife in Stacey. I think she understood exactly my career path that I took. It's difficult, when you travel so much and you do those type of things, you'll find a lot of people get it wrong. But I think she's been strong enough to be with me and obviously guide me in certain things. And I must say she has a very when she sees something and it bothers her, I think she's always right. So she's actually sitting here and laughing, because she says she wants to listen to you. She's sitting here and laughing. That's why I'm saying all the nice things also.
No, no, she's very nice. She's always been nice to me. She's always been kind to me. She's been kind to my daughter when my daughter came to the cricket. So she, yeah, I can see why. I can see why. So I just want to wrap it up. Um, for most of the guys from Galvandale that was so successful, one, it was the environment. Two, they had some sort of structure, some sort of support system outside of family and a bigger support system inside of family. Um, that's the two things. And then the most important thing is, and I still can't pinpoint this, but what is it about guys from Galvandale that is so, I don't know, it's loyalty. It's like between integrity, loyalty, and truthfulness and trustworthiness. There's that thing. Where do you think that comes from? Because I want to pinpoint that and I want to get the formula and make a tablet and give it to all the colored people from all the areas.
I don't know what the formula is, but we all grew up. We knew where we grew up. We knew what the challenges were. We grew up with our friends being gangsters as well. But that friends used to be some of our biggest drivers. You know, they would, you know, when you would come this way, they would say, no, you don't come this way. You need to go that way because something is going to happen on this side. You know, so I think that also in today's world, you know, they rather take you with and you end up becoming a gangster. You know, so you don't have that old school. You don't have that movies, man. The mafia movies, you don't play that movies anymore. You see, is this Jola now, and then the people is talking about Lunas and all those things there on the TV. You know, so I mean, what kind of inspiration are those type of shows? You know, but yeah, in a nutshell, I think we all knew where we grew up. We all knew the difficulty in growing up where we all grew up. But yeah, there's no more cheerleaders. You know, the gangsters used to be our cheerleaders as well. Till today, we're still friends with them. You know, they have good intentions. They have their own things, obviously, their way of life. You know, so we don't judge. We don't judge each other in that regard. Just because I'm a successful football player doesn't mean I can go and talk to one of the gangsters who used to be my friends. You know, doesn't mean I don't have to keep in contact with him. I don't know what they're doing. It's none of my business. You know, I hear they're a gangster, for example. You know, but they've never showed up when they're in our company. You know, you can ask our Rio, you can ask Jermaine. We used to go to nightclubs and things with gangsters, and nothing ever used to happen to us. You know, and they used to be our protectors. You know, more than anything. You know, and you don't find it anymore. And now there's more jealousy. People don't want to see each other succeed anymore. And like I said earlier, it's just a generational thing, and how things have evolved in Galvandale and in the northern areas.
You know, the one thing I loved about the gangsters that we were growing up with is they were really talented at spotting talent. So they could spot that this guy is going to be an actor, or this guy needs to be a doctor, or this guy needs to be a soccer player, or this guy needs to be this. And they'll push those guys. The guys that's not going to be, that was going to cause cuck, they'll be like, no, come with us. So that if you are going to cause cuck, you're not going to cause cuck for the whole area. It's a control mechanism, and we have you here under our wing so that you don't cause cuck for the rest of us. The gangsters now doesn't do that anymore. It doesn't feel to me that they have the community, because gangsters where I was growing up, they had a community. It seemed like they put the community first. So all the talented guys are not allowed to join gangsters. All the guys that is going to make up, you come to the gangsters because there's a structure there that you're not going to go make up. Now it's a free for all.
That absolutely, you're right. And you talk about free for all. When we were the gangsters, used to be big guys, man. I was in standard 6, and then the guys in matric, he's finished with school already, he's a gangster. Now it's the opposite now. You know, it's the gangster wants to tell the uncle what to do now with his life, and he's only 13, 14 years old. You know, and they don't know anything about life. You know, and that's the sad part of it all, is that how it's flipped around amazingly in a short space of time. You know, I'm talking about a 20-year period where everything just went pear-shaped. You know, and You would have thought post apartheid after 1994 everything would have improved. Instead, it went backwards. It looked like the time we lived in back then benefited us more than it is benefiting us now in our areas.
On that word, I'm going to leave it right there, Daine, because our time is up. And we're going to investigate as to why it is like that. Thank you so much for your time, my guy. Send my regards to Stacey and congratulations to Chad and all the best, my friend. And I'll always be your supporter. Salutas Massacre.
Thanks, DK7. Thanks for taking the time to share your story and pathway with us. We really appreciate it and hope some youngsters can learn from your story. Until next time, take care.
Audio Jungle.